How's it going, everyone? Today we got a story time of probably one of the most psychopathic, deranged Hamination haters I've ever seen, or at least the craziest story I've been told in a while, and I will be telling that to you today. So buckle up, this is a crazy one. Leave a like on the video right now to claim your free nothing. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and like story time videos. With that being said, let's just jump right into it. So we're going to call the subscriber who submitted this story Charlie. So anyways, right, sure enough, Charlie's a fan of the animation channel Haminations on YouTube. Extremely popular and very talented animation channel. I've actually watched a few of his animations with you guys over the summer on live stream, and I've had a few other Haminations haters stories be featured on this channel before, but this one is honestly one of the craziest. So anyways, Charlie is not going to hide the fact that he's a fan of this animation channel because, dude, why would you hide the fact that you're a fan of an animation channel? Like, honestly, bro, yeah, maybe there's some things you want to hide the fact that you're a fan of, especially if they're bad. But, bro, buddy literally just enjoys he just enjoys watching an animation video. Like, I honestly don't understand why this is so offensive to some people. Like, if anyone can please explain in the comment section if you have any idea how. Like, why are people so offended and angry over the fact that some kid likes the Haminations animation videos? Like, it honestly can't be that deep. Like, oh my God. Anyways, though, so one day, Charlie was in school. And during school, there's a few free period breaks. And during one of these During one of these free period breaks, Charlie took out his iPad and he was watching a new Haminations upload. I think this was around a time when there was a brand new Haminations animation video, and those are pretty rare. Those only come out every couple months because it's a full-fledged animation video, man. That takes a long time to put together. So anyways, Charlie's pretty excited and doesn't really think that much of it. Doesn't really think, oh, I need to hide myself watching an animation video, or this deranged Haminations hater is going to actually take out a machete and could chop my head off. Yeah, no, he wasn't really considering that possibility because I think most sane people wouldn't even consider that to be a possibility in the realm of reality, but I guess we're in the realm of crazy town because here we are. Anyways, so Charlie's sitting there and he's watching his Haminations animation video, and I don't know exactly which one, but they're all pretty good. I don't know. I actually kind of enjoy them now. I mean, I don't go out of my way to like binge watch them and spend 25 hours a day watching them, but I did actually appreciate the animation videos when we watched them on stream together. Anyways, though, so sure enough, right, he's kind of, sitting there watching the animation video, nothing too crazy, kind of what you'd expect. And then all of a sudden, like, he feels like this presence behind him. So he turns around, and there's this kind of, like, strange-looking kid. This kind of, I don't know, he kind of has, like, a bully archetype of being kind of, like, a little big, meaty, this little angry look on his face. He's got a very close, buzzed haircut almost. And he's looking at Charlie, and he's standing right behind him. And he almost appears to be vibrating, like, shaking with anger. Dude, imagine shaking with anger over a silly cartoon. Like, imagine that you have nothing better to do in your day, that you get a gut-wrenching anger reaction just because someone is watching a cartoon video. Like, it honestly makes absolutely no sense. But anyways, Charlie was sitting there, and he kind of just, turns down the animation a little bit and then pauses it, and kind of turns around, because this kid is, sitting right behind him. Like, it's super, super weird. And, yeah, so he's, vibrating with anger, and Charlie's like, Then all of a sudden, this kid, who we're going to call Ben, starts to bark out at Charlie, and it's like, if I catch you watching another Haminations video, you don't want to know what I'll do to you. And he's like, okay, buddy, relax. What are you saying right now? Like, chill, dude. Like, calm down. And anyways, this kid's like, you don't understand. I run the turf around here. This is my country. And this guy draws a line. And I'm not even to this day, or at least Charlie never told me, the full update. I'm not even sure why this bully fully hates, the Haminations YouTube channel. Did Haminations ever make, an anti-bully, YouTube video or something like that? That's the only explanation I could ever give. Anyways, though, still to this day, it's pretty ambiguous. So Charlie kind of looks up at this kid, I don't know, and he's never even seen this kid before. I mean, maybe he was like faintly recognizable, but you know, Charlie went to a pretty big school. So there's plenty of kids he's never seen before that go to the school every single day with him, but I don't know, Charlie was just kind of like, what? Like, I can't watch it, like, and then Charlie responds, he's like, I can't watch like an animation video in peace. Like, I'm just sitting here during my free time. Like, I'm not forcing you to watch this with me. I'm not coming up to you and saying, you must watch this video. I'm not forcing this down your throat. I'm just really confused, like, why this is all going down like this. Like, I'm so confused, like, why you're so upset. And so this Haminations hater, Ben, is like, I'm going to repeat myself once and once time. I'm going to repeat myself one time only. If I catch you watching Haminations on my turf one more time, there's going to be serious trouble to pay. And so Ben steps out, and Charlie's like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to allow myself to get bullied, which, like, I feel that too. It's like some big brute comes in and says, oh, you can't watch this random thing. So obscure and random. Like, my other theory for why this kid was like a Haminations hater, my other theory is that this kid wasn't even a Haminations hater at all. He just liked being like, I don't know, maybe this kid just liked flexing his authority, so he saw something that Charlie was enjoying, and he said, you can't do that on my turf. It's either that or he specifically hates Haminations. It's about a coin flip for me on that one. Anyways, though, Charlie's like, nah, bro, I'm going to keep watching my Haminations animation video. Like, I literally don't care, bro. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's not that deep, and I'm not going to treat it like it's that deep. Yeah, so sure enough, the subscriber just continues to watch his Haminations videos. He does not care. He genuinely does not care at this point. He's just kind of like, you know what? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, the hater can say what he wants, but it does not matter to me because I'm just going to keep, I'm going to do what I want to do. Like, this kid is coming in saying I can't do this for an arbitrary reason. You know what? I really don't care. Anyways, though, so a couple minutes later, Ben walks back in, and Charlie could hear this. He hears him walk back in. And by the way, so there's other people in this free period room. So Charlie isn't super worried about Ben coming in and like beating him up with his fist or something right then and there, just because it's like a public space, and generally, like, there's a reason why if, like, when people in movies, they're going to meet with someone dangerous, they really want to meet in a public space because it's less likely that they're going to try and attack them in a public space because, one, maybe someone would intervene, but more importantly, a lot of people would see it. And normally the person doesn't want to risk the consequences and would want to, like, do it in a way that would obscure the consequences, right? So Charlie's kind of feels protected by being in a public space here. But Ben walks back in and stops at the door. And Ben was like, what did I tell you about watching that Haminations videos? Like, I gave you a warning. I'm fair, but also fair in the sense that I will follow through with what I say. And he just turns around and walks away. So Charlie now is a little bit worried because he's like, oh, well, that was kind of ominous. But also at the same time, Charlie's like, this is so stupid. Like, I have just been sitting here watching an animation video from Haminations, one of my favorite YouTube creators. Why is it all of a sudden that now I'm being targeted by this random bully guy? Like, this is not cool, bro. Like, who cares? Like, this is so stupid. Like, and also, what is this kid gonna do? Bro really says, oh, you're on my turf right now? Buddy, we're in 6th grade, bro. Who cares? Yeah, so anyways, right, Charlie is like, okay, I'm going to keep watching this video. I'm going to go back to class, and I'll go home. And I'm not even going to think about this guy. I'm not going to let him intimidate me. That's probably all he does is just intimidate people. And then they do what he says because he was all scary or whatever. And that's how he gets his way. That makes a lot of sense. So anyways, Charlie goes back to watching his Haminations animation video. And then he goes on to, go back to class. And he actually completely forgets about Ben. So anyways, towards the end of the day, Charlie walks back from school to home. It's not too far of a walk. It's about 5 to 10 minutes, but, it would be kind of difficult for Charlie's mom to pick him up, / Charlie would have to wait a long time, and Charlie's not trying to do that, and he doesn't really mind the walk, 5 to 10 minutes, whatever. It's kind of fun. He knows the route. It's through a pretty safe neighborhood, so his mom isn't that worried. So anyways, towards the end of the day, Charlie goes to his locker, and he starts packing up his stuff because the bell is rung. He's done with classes, and he's preparing to walk back to his house. And as he's putting stuff into his locker, he catches kind of like a figure very, very far down the hallway in the corner of his eye. So there's a lot of people in this hallway, so it means something that there's like a figure that's being caught in the corner of your eye, because there's a lot of figures in the corner of his eye, but one of them stands out to him for some reason. So Charlie turns his head to the left, looks up, and he sees that Ben is standing there, facing him, ominously with his backpack on. So all of a sudden, Charlie's like, oh, because Charlie did not factor in the possibility that Ben might be waiting for a time that makes more sense. Charlie was kind of thinking, oh, what is he going to do? Fight me? Fight me in front of everyone? No, absolutely not. Ben was just waiting for a time, basically when Charlie would be alone. Anyways, so sure enough, right, the subscriber starts putting his stuff in his backpack and kind of notices that Ben is kind of just standing there, ominously, waiting for him. So, sure enough, Ben starts to walk down the hallway, and he kind of quickly turns around to see that Charlie is walking down the hallway, quickly turns around to see that, yes, Ben is now also slowly starting to walk down the hallway. So, the last story was Alex. Sorry, I'm mixing it up. So, Charlie's kind of thinking, okay, as long as I can outrun him, right, I'll be okay. As long as I got distance on him, I'll be okay. This kid's a little thick. He's a little bit of a chunkers. He's a little bit of a mobility scooterer. So, he's probably not secretly Usain Bolt's, right? It's probably not like all his size is 100% made up of pure leg muscle, just happen to be everywhere else is just a lot of leg muscle that is disguised as very clearly not leg muscle. I don't know. So Charlie's like, okay, as long as I got some distance on him, and then if he starts to run, I run, and I just make sure that he doesn't sneak up on me, I should be okay. Little did Charlie didn't even think of the possibility that this kid might have different types of projectiles, because the kid knew that he was kind of challenged in the running aspect. And there was the sense of running. Speaking of running, if you made it this far into the video, I want you to comment "run" down below. That'll be the secret word of the day, and it shows me the names and faces of people who made it this far into the video, so I want to say thank you. And also, comment down below what you do while watching these videos. It's actually very interesting for me, gives me an interesting data point. I'm also genuinely curious. And the best way to support the channel, if you didn't already know, is to binge watch these videos while you're doing things. So let these videos play, and if you're going to sleep, maybe put on a compilation video or something. That actually really helps me out. And finally, if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you rated the podcast 5 stars and followed it. Anyways, so sure enough, Charlie is now kind of almost power walking towards his house. Yeah, so he starts to power walk towards his house, and he sees Ben walking behind him. So he's like, okay, as long as I stay focused, as long as I'm good, we're going to be okay. And he's keeps walking and keeps walking, keeps walking. Then he sees Ben kind of stopping for a second. He notices Ben putting down his backpack. And so for a second, Charlie's like, okay, maybe I can chill out a little bit. So Charlie kind of walks a little bit slower. And then he hears a pop noise. And he feels a little sting in his arm, and he looks down, and there's a little tiny metal pellet. So he turns around, and he looks at Ben. Ben apparently has a BB gun, and if you don't know what a BB gun is, so a BB gun is a toy that has these little BB balls, but they actually really do hurt. And I've never played with one of them, but if you play with a BB gun, bro, you got to be wearing a full-on suit. You got to make sure your eyes are protected, because if one of those shoots you in the eyes, you could actually go blind. It's definitely a step up from a Nerf gun for sure. I was allowed to have plenty of Nerf guns as a kid, and honestly, bro, Nerf guns are top tier, but I was never allowed to have a BB gun, and low-key, I was kind of scared of them. So anyways, right, at this point, Charlie realizes, wait, this kid's shooting at me right now. So Charlie starts running, and then he hears a little pop, pop. But thankfully, though, the BB guns are missing him because he's getting farther away, and Ben is not the most trained guy ever. So at this point now, Charlie has got enough distance on him. He starts kind of going back and forth to make it a little bit more difficult. If anything, Charlie probably should have just stayed in a straight line, because it wasn't like Ben was going to hit him on purpose anyways. But sure enough, Charlie actually ducks down one of the side streets that's not on his way back home, just so he can make sure that he loses the kid, Ben. So anyways, Charlie starts going this weird, complex way that is definitely not the way to his house, but it's kind of getting him closer and closer. And also, he is losing Ben in the process. He's going down a side street, cutting through a house, going behind a back alley, going through a park, going around this, going around that. And once he is sure that Ben is nowhere to be seen, he eventually makes his way back to the house where he tells his mom all about what just happened. Which, like, bro, if I was the mom in this situation, I would be mad. I'd be like, my son's just trying to enjoy some animation videos, and some big bully comes and shoots him with a BB gun? Like, are you serious right now? Anyways, right, so the mom contacts the school, and the school is obviously like, whoa, that's not good, man. That's not good. Anyways, so I think that Ben, the bully, thought that he could get away with it because he was able to do it off school grounds, and there wasn't any type of recording of it. It's not like Charlie was able to whip out his phone and record him, which might have been an okay reason, but if someone's shooting you with an unknown BB gun type thing, bro, I think I'm also just gonna, like, peace out of there if I'm being real. I don't think I gotta record every interaction like that. So anyways, the next day in school, you might be thinking, well, did the bully just kind of get away with it? Did Ben escape? Like, how did this happen? Like, this is injustice. I can't let it sit. Don't worry. There is justice. So anyways, the next day in school, only because Ben is an idiot. Thankfully for us, Ben is a negative 10,000 IQ negation genius. What is the negation of a genius? Idiot, man. He's an idiot, bro. Anyways, so the next day in school, as soon as Ben walks into the school, he's stopped by the 2 security guards. They take his backpack, and they find the BB gun in the backpack. Because remember that he went straight from school following, oh my God. Sorry, I started recording this story a second ago, like an hour ago, then I had to take a meeting, and I'm picking it up. What did I call the subscriber? I'm just going to say the subscriber. He went from the school directly to following the subscriber home with the BB gun. Therefore, he didn't make a stop somewhere. He went straight from school to the subscriber. What he should have done is been like, oh, well, I've done the thing to the subscriber, so I'm probably going to be on high alert right now. People are probably going to be trying to be after me in the sense that they're going to try and incriminate me. So maybe I shouldn't bring the weapon of the crime to the scene of the crime where I'll be searched. Maybe that's a good idea. No, that never crossed Ben's mind. He just pulled up again with his BB gun, immediately confiscated, and that's all the proof you need. Like, oh, maybe Ben had the subscriber's name's Charlie. Charlie had a mark on his arm of a BB gun, a BB pellet mark, and he told a story. And then also Ben was caught with a BB gun at school, which is a whole violation by itself. But then plus the story, at this point, Ben can deny the story, but it's just not adding up for Buddy. So yeah, bro got actually full-on expelled from school because I think he already had 1 or 2 strikes against him. He was on thin ice, and I guess you could say Ben went out with a bang or a pop or whatever noise BB guns make. Yeah, watch the video on screen right now. Peace.